end of the week bread. So we're gonna make up some French toast today. Todd's got a secret sausage going on that he'll share with you. But it's a Super Bowl Sunday kind of day, which means lots of good eating for us.
Yes, for sure. I think the last couple of years we do basically only appetizers, kind of. And we just eat junk food. Chicken wings, meatballs.
Yep. Sliders.
Yep. But today is going to be a little bit different. We're starting with breakfast.
Yep. I do need to take care of the goats though. With all this cold coming next week, we're getting negative actual temperatures. So just give them some dry bedding. So just 3 eggs, a little bit of evaporated milk, and I'm going to put in some pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of sugar in my mix. Get some butter melted on here. And then I'll be getting going.
So to go with our French toast this morning, yesterday we used our sous vide and we cooked up some chicken breasts. And instead of putting it away, I left it out because we have a tri-tip steak that we're going to cook for dinner tonight, which I've already put down in there. It's turned off right now, but I just set it in there so it was ready. I learned a trick recently that, you know how they sell like sausage like in these 1 pound tube rolls? We bought something to try when we were at the butcher shop to pick up our pig meat the other day, and it is blueberry maple breakfast sausage in a 1 pound tube. Now if you take these and you put them in a Ziploc bag the night before, set your sous vide to 140 degrees, drop your sausage in there, let it cook for 8 to 10 hours. When you take it out, it's going to be fully cooked and ready to eat at that point if you really wanted to. But, you know, sausage isn't really good unless it's got like little bits of crispy bits on the outside. So what you do at this point when you wake up in the morning is remove the packaging from it, slice up your sausage, and then put it in your pan and sear it. And by having it pre-cooked ahead of time, you know how sometimes when you cook sausage patties, they curl up on you, and then one side gets nice and crispy, the other side doesn't? This is supposed to prevent that, so I'm giving it a try. The only reason you put the Ziploc baggie around it is because these factory plastic tubes aren't perfect and it could burst, and then you're going to end up with meat in your water, which isn't good.
I like to cook my French toast just slow and slow. I hate wet French toast, like when it's still soggy on the inside, so I cook it just slow and get it nice and done. Yummy.
Look good?
A lot of forks.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks great and it smells great.
It got like towards the end, it got super sticky in the pan. Like the maple was actually like coming out.
Nice.
They did curl up a little bit, like what I read about how it'll make them not curl up and then they'll cook up really nice. Well, they did cook up really nice, but they did still curl up a little bit.
I could have used your bacon press though to stop that.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I've seen them curl up before.
That's very interesting. Blueberry sausage, huh? So I just went down to get more maple syrup out of the pantry, and I've got 1 jar left after this.
Oh no.
But how about that? It's like maple season right around the corner, so. We ration it pretty good though. We definitely, like, I'm not using it for as a sugar replacement or anything like that, because I am only able to get so much from the few trees that we have. If you're new here, we have made maple syrup now twice, and we call it maple syrup, but it's actually a mix of from our maple trees and our walnut trees.
That sausage is good.
Mm-hmm. Well, a couple of the kids are coming over for lunch today, so I decided we've got so many projects going on, I'm not going to necessarily cook. So I just pulled up some of my white bean and sausage and green soup. I do have a video on that if you're interested. And I'm just gonna reheat this, and then I have one last jar of the jar mix cornbread that I made up before Christmas time. So we'll make up the cornbread to go with it. And that will be lunch. Kind of light, not too heavy, since we are having a big dinner tonight. So I've got a thing of buttermilk going right here. Just milk and vinegar to make pretend buttermilk. These chickens do not like coming out in the cold very much. So I'll just throw them a couple pieces of bread in there to make them happy. Give them the rest of their compost. It's like good fat in here from, I think it was bacon that we cooked the other day. They won't touch the onions. There's an old tomato. What is this? Oh, the spinach scraps. Oh, looks like they got some chili too. So, see how they're doing? Because like I've said, it's been negative temperatures, and they're doing just fine. No, we don't do heat lamps or anything like that. It would be preferable if I had more than just a couple hens. But for now, that's all I got. All right, time to go take care of the goats though. I definitely want to give them better bedding so that they have something really dry as we're gonna drop down in these cold temps. I don't think we told you guys we changed out the goat's water for the winter after the pigs left, because our other one died.
We normally buy the flakes of pine stuff. I think it's pine from Tractor Supply. The other day we went to Family Farm and Home instead. And they had this farm straw that's like chopped up into little tiny pieces. And I think we kind of like it.
I was thinking it's going to compost better.
So the new roof we did this fall seems to be holding up well. It's got a good 2 to 3 inches of snow on it right now. The new tarps we did seem to be holding up well. It's quite warm in here. There's a little draft that comes in through this top part. We could probably stuff some straw or something up there, but it's really fine in here. It's like freezing outside. And in here it's pretty comfortable. It's only 12 o'clock. Did you tell them the kids were coming over for lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kids aren't even here yet, but we want to get everything that we need to get done today done and out of the way. That way we can visit with the kids and relax the rest of the day. So it's a long time before football, but we want to give our next dish plenty of time to chill in the fridge. 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. And then we have smoked salmon. We bought this either when we dropped off our pigs or when we went to pick up our pigs from Jerome Country Market. It's 0.8 pounds of smoked salmon. We're gonna add that. We're basically making like a smoked salmon dip that we can use on bread. If you guys have, what's that restaurant called? Right, Famous Dave's Barbecue. They have this smoked salmon spread there with this bread, and it is like so good. So we're kind of trying to replicate that in a way. We researched a little bit online, recipes and different things that calls for horseradish and capers, and we don't have neither, or either, I guess. So we're just kind of making it up as we go. I have KitchenAid mixer with a paddle just to make mixing this a little easier. We're going to add about that much green onion. Maybe about half of a spoon of pepper. Half of a spoon of seasoning salt. And even though the salmon's already smoked, a lot of them called for adding some extra liquid smoked hickory, which we happen to have, so I'm putting maybe a third of a spoon in there. This stuff's super powerful, so if you use this stuff, be careful with it. How much?
Here, I'll save those.
Yeah, save those. How much cowboy candy do you think we want to put in?
A heaping one of those.
1 or 2?
I don't know. You asked me. I said a heaping one, so if you want to add 2.
I was thinking 2 or 3.
2 then.
So cowboy candy, we have at least 1, if not 2 videos on how to make this stuff. We're going to add 2 spoonfuls of cowboy candy. And then we need to break out the salmon. I'll pull the skin off. But I think before we put the salmon in, I'm going to get this part mixing up first. That way when we add the salmon, we don't have to over mix it. That's good.
Ooh. Is it good? Pretty close. It's really good though. Feels like a little bit more heat is missing.
Following our taste test, we're going to add a little bit more liquid hickory smoke. We're going to add a little bit of paprika, maybe half of a third of a spoonful, and then at least 1 cap of lemon juice. Not so much for the lemon flavor, but the acid, because the acid will help to bring out the flavors better in the food. So that should just about do it for our salmon spread. We'll mix it up some more. Once it's done mixed, we're going to put it into a container, put it in the fridge, let it sit for a couple hours and firm up. And flavors will blend together better too after it sits for a while.
Cold as it is, you could probably put it on the front porch for like 2 minutes.
Probably. I think that so there's definitely a difference in this, is that when you get it from that restaurant, there's like big chunks of salmon in it, where ours is definitely
More.
well, it's more mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but it tastes really good. After we tweaked the flavors, we tasted it.
It's perfect now.
It's perfect. I wanted more than just a taste. I wanted to eat a bunch of it, but
Yeah.
we're gonna resist the temptation. We'll put it in the fridge and we'll let it chill and firm up.
And the way we like to eat it is like they serve it at Famous Dave's with like char grilled naan bread. Yes.
Very
Like
good.
cut in little wedges. So I think we're gonna wrap up today. Kids should be here any minute for lunch. And we're gonna visit and enjoy the rest of our Sunday.
Yep. I hope whatever team you're rooting for in the Super Bowl wins. See you guys later.